G.V.S. Murthy, Dr. Ramesh Kodapati, Dr. Gopichand Mannam, Dr. P. Mitra, and ladies and gentlemen. It's indeed great pleasure and privilege for me to be associated in today's inaugural function of Sajja Heart Foundation. This is basically aimed at addressing issues relating to diagnostic aspects, treatment, and also prevention of cardiovascular diseases. I had the privilege of interacting with Dr. Sajja and also reviewing some of his research projects as a member of ethical committee of the Star Hospital. It is not an exaggeration to say that all his projects, that is ongoing projects, are extremely robust and of a very high standard, reflecting his professional competence. Dr. Sajja has undergone advanced training under world-renowned cardiac surgeon, Professor Denton Coley, at Texas Heart Institute. And he has conducted so far more than 10,000 cardiac surgeries. The remarkable feature is that his success rate is 99.8%. It's incredible, it's unbelievable, and nobody, I think, can match this figure. I think the credit also should go to the Star Hospital for providing the Star facilities to him, for providing the infrastructure facilities and the support system and creating the academic atmosphere all around. So this, I feel, an important milestone in the history of Star Hospitals. Dr. Sajja has won international recognition for his meritorious contributions in the field of cardiovascular surgery, and recognition of his contributions recently, as Chief Guest mentioned, he has been elected to the prestigious American Association of Thoracic Surgery recently. I may mention all over the world, 37 surgeons were selected, and he is the only one Indian who had the honor of being bestowed this membership. This is a very prestigious institute. I may also say this prestigious institute has been in existence for nearly 100 years, having been established in the year 1917. And during this long period of 97 years, there were only 4 Indians who had this privilege of being the members of this, and Dr. Sajja is one of them. And he is the youngest Indian to have reached this milestone. It's a very proud moment for all of us who have been associated with him. The time does not permit me to catalog all his achievements, but I would like to just say that he is a man of vision, brilliant ideas, initiatives, combined with simplicity and humility. And his commitment towards starting the customized research suiting the Indian needs has prompted him to start this Sajja Heart Foundation that is being inaugurated today. And this is going to provide a very good forum for basic as well as clinical research. And as you all know, the globalization and urbanization that we have been witnessing have been affecting all aspects of modern life. Health and disease are no exception. India, like many other countries, has been experiencing rapid health transition with increasing burden of chronic disorders, which I understand account for more than 50% of the total deaths in our country. The sad part of this is that these deaths have been occurring at a very young age, and therefore India has been suffering the great loss in terms of potentially productive years of life due to these premature deaths. These chronic disorders, as you know, create adverse and underappreciated economic impact not only on families but communities and and societies in general. And according to World Health Organization, India has been losing an income of $230 million due to these premature deaths. And according to the recent report published by Dr. Sajja, we have about 62 million people, Indian people, suffering from cardiovascular diseases. And out of them, 23 are under the age of 40 years. This is a matter of great concern for us, all of us. The incidence of coronary artery diseases has increased from just 1% to 10% during the span of 3 decades. So we have to really give a serious thought to this and try to understand what are the causative factors and try to solve the appropriate research approaches and methodology. And Dr. Sajja's foundation is definitely, I'm sure, will address these issues. And Dr. Sajja has indicated in the objectives that are listed out in the document of the foundation that the Sajja Foundation is not going to confine its research to the ivory towers. It's not going to be just an academic exercise, but there is a firm commitment that the research findings will be translated into viable action to maximize the movement towards improving the survival and quality of life of our people. And in these research studies that are going to be undertaken, I suggest we have to really understand the various factors responsible for the sudden escalation in these chronic disorders. And one group had earlier suggested that Indians are genetically more prone to heart diseases than the Caucasians. But this explanation will not hold good because we are witnessing a very rapid transition in these health disorders. So we have to look at the other factors in our investigations. When I say other factors, I mean migration from rural to urban areas, affluence, changes in the dietary habits, changes in our lifestyles, changes in our value systems, changes in the pattern of our occupation, and also the stress of the modern age. And most important thing is the environment, high level of environmental pollution. Recently, a report was published by Nutrition Foundation of India, which indicated that in city Delhi, 1,280 tons of pollutants are emitted daily, and the levels of oxides of nitrogen and sulfur dioxide and suspended particulates are much higher than the permissible limits. And the incidence of heart diseases in urban Delhi is far higher than the neighboring rural areas. These are the areas where we need to really do some investigations and try to see what are the deleterious factors that are responsible for escalating these chronic disorders in our country. And you must also keep in mind that country like India or any other poor countries, the emphasis should be on prevention, because our health system cannot meet the high cost that is involved in surgical and therapeutic care. Especially the large section of our poor people cannot afford to bear this cost. Therefore, our focus should be on prevention. So that we are caught in a very crucial dilemma. On one hand, we have very rapid escalation of these diseases. On the other hand, we do not have large section of our population do not have the capacity to pay for the treatment. So this underscores the need for designing appropriate research programs addressing the preventive aspects. So therefore, the focus should be on the prevention. And at the same time, we must also focus our attention on developing the indigenous technology, low-cost technology, and which can be applied in our clinical practice. But at the same time, we must ensure the technological tools that we are going to develop meet the safety and also sustainability requirement and also efficacy part before we before we apply them in our clinical practice. And these are the aspects that we should undertake, which can really reduce the cost of the management of these problems. And so in this context, the launching of Sajja Foundation assumes great importance, and I consider this as a very welcome move. And I am sure that the Sajja Foundation, under the leadership of Dr. Lokeshwar Sajja, will provide some new insights and valuable leads to help us in working out appropriate strategies for prevention and control of heart diseases in our country. Before I conclude, I would like to wish the Sajja Heart Foundation all success in the great task that lie ahead of them. Thank you very much.